I should turn that down a bit, huh? All right, we're here. Let me turn down some more. Okay, UU tournament. Let me. Best of 3. Let me post the link in the Discord. Okay, so we see pretty offensive team. Looks like screens offense. Ideas like Shell Smash, Torterra, Swords Dance Hands. A lot of this stuff is pretty self-explanatory. There's not a lot of like, oh, what's this running? I mean, at the very most, it's like, okay, is Torterra, what are the moves on Torterra? What's the coverage on Iron Hands? But by and large, I don't hate my matchup into this team. So, if I lead off, well, no, because I don't want to get my Volcanion paralyzed because it looks like it can be really good here for the Iron Hands, for example, the Armor Rouge. As for Torterra, I'm not super worried. I have Clear Smog and like Foul Play on Amoonguss, so I don't think that'll be a huge problem. Iron Hands looks like it could definitely be an issue. So I'll have to make sure I'm careful about that. Just making sure I'm playing my best game. So aside from that, I'm not really worried about the Moltres. The Armor Rouge could be an issue, but I have Assault Vest Slowbro because that thing is awesome. And yeah, I think. Okay, so what do I lead here? I might lead Jirachi and just go for rocks, but then he could taunt me. Actually, no. I think I always lead Mandibuzz here because if he wants to put up screens, I can just defog them away. So I'm never worried about that. I can U-turn, I can roost, and it looks good into a lot of his teams. So I'm going to lead with that, honestly. Grimmsnarl, okay. Perfect. I'm just going to foul play here. Yeah, you get the reflect up. That's fine. So I can just defog this. Yeah, if you get your light screen, then, whatever. I mean, this isn't beating me 1v1. At the very least, I chip away at it with foul play. So that's cool. Yeah, so I think I can just keep defogging here. There's very little punish. If he wants to... He's Spirit Break. Okay. That's good to know. So Reflect, Light Screen, Spirit Break. Last is probably either T-Wave or Taunt, right? So I think I can go Jirachi. I didn't want it to get taunted, but... yeah. So this is just kind of a Thunderwave Ironhead set. Not necessarily to go for paraflinches, but, just to kind of stop teams like this from running me over. I think I can definitely set up Stealth Rock here. It'll look good into Armor Rouge. And yeah, so he gets the priority parting shot off, which actually allows me to throw off a Thunder Wave. And if he goes hands, then I always have Amoonguss. If he goes Azu, I have Amoonguss. So, okay, he goes Torterra. All right. So, let's see here. So if I have my Amoonguss in a Torterra, and he's +2, not +3, +2, he never kills me, even if he's adamant. So that's good to know. So I'm going to go into Amoonguss right now. Then Foul Play, it looks enticing, but yeah, no, this is faster than my whole team. My only real speed control is Volcanion, so it's not amazing, but yeah. Here I can just Clear Smog because I might lose Amoonguss for it, which would make me weaker to Iron Hands. But overall, I'm fine with this trade. So, now this is tough. This is actually pretty tough. I'm going to clear Smog again to deny Shell Smash. He Rock Blast. Okay. Okay, this isn't an amazing position so far, but he's revealed Headlong Rush, Rock Blast. That means he's probably loaded Dice. And by the damage he did, can that ever be Jolly? No, it can't. So that's Adamant Torterra, which is really good information. That really does help out a lot. So it's actually pretty tough here. Do I go Volcanion? Behind a light screen. Fire Blast doesn't KO. That's actually really tough. Wow, okay. What about Mandibuzz? Oh god. This is already not looking great. I might have to commit the Terra. It's pretty early, but I don't know what else I would use it for. I resist Galarian Moltres. I become a bit weaker to Azumarill, but I think Slowbro should get the job done just fine. So I'm gonna go into this and Terra Fire Blast. I think that's the idea. I think that's definitely the idea here. Yeah. Worst case scenario, Azumarill comes in, or like Armarouge, for example. But, you know, I have countermeasures to both of those. So, yeah, he takes that. Headlong Rush. Not doing quite enough. This thing's quite a threat. It's a gamble, but I'm going to go for Fire Blast. Okay, cool. Torterra was a pretty big threat to the team, so I'm glad to have that gone. Now, if I can just find a way to remove the Iron Hands, really, then I'm in business. It's actually really good that the Grimmsnarl isn't Taunt, because that really allows me to, you know, come in with Mandibuzz and click Roost. Yeah, and a lot of the team doesn't really care about Parting Shot one way or another. So that's really nice. Yeah, so let's see. Where is it? Volcanion into Grimmsnarl, dual screens. If I Terra Fairy, does Spirit Break ever kill me? It doesn't look like it does. Yeah, even if it's like max attack, adamant, like, yeah, it's... Okay, that is very cool. That's actually really good for me. Yeah. So I'm gonna go Volcanion here. Which, all things considered, doesn't look amazing in this matchup anymore. I'm not super worried, you know, about the Moltres. But yeah, okay. So he brings out the Armarouge. So I'm inclined to believe this is going to Terra here, right? Well, even if it does, what's the downside, right? What's the downside to just clicking Steam Eruption? I don't think there is much of a downside. How much does it do to Mandibuzz? Armarouge. Just go with this set. I mean, it's max special attack either way. Yeah, so Mandibuzz doesn't switch into Armor Cannon very well. So I'm gonna Steam Erupt here. Oh, okay, sweet. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that I'm Scarf, which is really good for me. Yeah, so Scarf Volcanion actually coming in really clutch. That's super nice. All right, so yeah, Scarf Volcanion, you know. I was hoping I could make it work. I felt like it could really get the job done, especially against kind of like offense like this. So I'm glad I was able to, you know, put in that work. Okay, so this is a problem, but I think if I Scald here, then... Oh, okay. So this is interesting. This is a really interesting position, actually. Yeah. I'm Psychic Fangs on that. Volcanion can definitely win here. I think if I get... Okay, so let's take a measured approach to this, right? Let's be smart about this. It's a tournament setting. I need to make sure I'm not making any stupid decisions. So if this is, let's just say for the sake of argument, it's max HP. Sludge Bomb doesn't kill after an Iron Head, because Iron Head's not doing like 30, right? That's actually really unfortunate. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click Iron Head, hope for a flinch. If I don't flinch, I think I'm honestly fine with that. I don't think it's over if I don't flinch. He Terra Aqua Jets, that doesn't pick up the kill. Okay. Very interesting. Does he kill Mandibuzz at +6? He does. Oh, he didn't Aqua Jet. Oh, that was not the play. So, wait, okay. Volcanion, Terra Water. This is not looking good, if I'm being 100% honest. If I'm being completely honest here, this is not looking great for me. So, what can I do here? What can I do? Because I'm not trying to lose to the Iron Hands. I'm not worried about the Moltres. But if I can keep screens away, then I can, you know, stifle Iron Hands' ability to win. What if I go for a Lycanroc angle? Iron Hands, Swords Dance. I don't know why this. What? Lycanroc. Okay. Wait, that didn't... Okay. And then... Moltres, Galar, Double Dance, Accelerock. It should kill after rocks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to... I'm going to Sludge Bomb here. We get the para. That's actually massive. That is huge. Okay. I mean, that's why you click Thunder Wave in the first place, but that is... That was potentially game winning. Okay. Like, I'm still in this. So you Spirit Break. I have to think you're not going to be max speed. Okay. So you keep going for that. Very interesting. I can't really roost past Spirit Break range. Which actually is super unfortunate. Was it due to... Okay. Spirit Break doesn't even do a KO. Okay. Ooh! Okay. Well, that wasn't even an intentional double, but I will absolutely take that. So if it's Swords Dance, Psychic Fangs does a good chunk. Let's just say it's, like, max attack, max HP. Psychic Fangs still 2 KOs. You know, it's doing good damage. So, I think for me, that means I just commit. I think I just commit here. He Drain Punches it back. But now I get to go into Volcanion and start throwing off Steam Eruptions. Right? Psychic Fangs did 58. So... Is that just the standard? Okay, I don't know what set that is. I'm gonna Steam Erupt again. Yeah, because now it's a lot harder for him to punish it. Grimmsnarl, oh, well, that's very not good. Galarian Moltres comes in. I get to Roost here. And then... Hurricane misses. I was Spidef, so that's not doing much anyway. Let me just... Moltres, Galar, Double Dance into Mandibuzz, Hurricane. Yeah, that's not doing much. So here I think I can always defog because I don't really need the rocks anymore. U-turn wouldn't put it into Berserk range, which means... Actually, no, Volcanion... Okay, so... Let's see, Mandibuzz, U-turn, doesn't... Okay. If it puts it into Berserk range, that's actually really unlucky. Yeah, so I think I just... Oh! That is really unlucky. Okay. If it's modest, it's a roll to kill. If it's timid, it never kills. Okay. Fuck me, it's modest. It's modest. Okay. I don't know what the last is. It stabs maybe Terra Blast? That's... Oh, that's really unlucky. That's unlucky. Air slash last. Okay. Unlucky. Okay. Well, next match. So let's see. I do like the Hydreigon matchup here. It looks really good. Doesn't look to be a lot of speed control on his team. I'm not sure what it would be. It might be a Scarf Volcanion of his own, but given how surprised he was at my set, then I'm not super inclined to believe it is. Yeah, okay. Alright, so... Yeah, Hydreigon looks really good here. If I can, you know, somehow get rid of the Mandibuzz, which, in all honesty, isn't the easiest thing in the world, then Hydreigon has a really good time here. Also getting rid of the Mammo. Yeah. Getting rid of the Mammo would be really nice. So if I can use my Iron Hands to set up a good Hydreigon endgame, then I'd be in good shape. Honestly, I might just lead with Hydreigon off rip, because the way I see it, if he leads Mandibuzz or Mammo, there's not a lot of consequence to going into Gastrodon. So I'm going to try that. He does lead Mammo. Okay. I actually wonder if that kills me. Wait a minute. The lead set, I shard... Well, I don't want to hit into Focus Sash, so I'm just going to go... I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to go Gastrodon. Okay. He does click Stealth Rock, fair enough. Yeah, and his removal is very limited. Oh, I'm Sticky Hold on this. I'm gonna make... I'm gonna pretend that was on purpose. I'm just gonna pretend that was on purpose. You know? Okay, so we do see the Sinistra. So yeah, now I get to go Hydreigon and throw off a Dark Pulse. If he wants to give me the Terra this early, then I'm completely fine with that, because if he Terra Poisons or Steel, you know, I have Iron Treads. So I think it should be fine. Iron Hands, that did more than I thought it would. What'd that do? Oh, it was a crit, okay. Dark Pulse on a crit, doing that much. I think this guy's just using... I think he just pulled the Smogon sets. Okay. That's funny. So, here I get to go into Chestnut and then put up a Spike. You know, Sinistra is a pretty, you know, obvious play, but given that his removal is Mandibuzz, yeah, I would rather have a Spike up than, you know, make a double switch and yada yada. So his Steel type is Jirachi, which Iron Treads isn't afraid of. So yeah, you can do that. Yeah, there's no need to predict. He turns out, okay, fair enough. But if the Sinistra comes back in, it takes Rocks, Spikes. Oh no, it healed. Right. That is so true. So the Mandibuzz comes in. Very interesting. So I'm just going to knock here, honestly. Because, you know, obviously it doesn't beat me. And then... yeah, so... there's a decision to be made. You know, what do I do? I'm gonna... would it be a good play to go into Monkey Dory? Or should I get my Ice Spinner chip? I'm gonna get some chip on this. I value the damage. So now, I wouldn't be surprised if I see a Roost. So I'm gonna go into Hands. We see the Foul Play. Okay. Yeah. And then... I could make a double switch here. Because he... I'm going to Thunder Punch. Okay. And then, okay. If he Roosts, I get to hit him with Drain Punch. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm taking toxic damage, but he's also, you know, not healing. So that's fine. Yeah, I always go into Hydreigon here. And then... I think I'll U-turn here, just based on the way this guy's playing. Yeah, so there's the Mammo. Now I can... See, this is his rocker. Chestnut... Mamoswine, Stealth Rock, Icicle Crash, doesn't kill, Body Press does. Well, Ferb, I know what we're gonna do today. I know exactly what we're gonna do today, Ferb. Okay. I see how this guy's playing. I see how you're playing. He likes switching around a lot. So, okay, yeah. So now... I've gotten this thing into a good position. Oh, actually... oh, shit. U-turn is going to do a lot. Because I'm not Specs. I mean, even if I was Scarf, this could also be Scarf, right? So... here's what I do. I go Gastrodon. He U-turns. Alright, then. I wonder if he brings in the Volcanion. No, on the no Storm Drain. Yeah, okay. So I have to be wary of my Hydreigon's health. Is it worth committing Terra here? I mean, think about it. If I Terra, I put up rocks, you know, do whatever. I mean, yeah, Gastrodon doesn't look very good going forward, but is Terra worth it just to be able to kill Mandibuzz to make Hydreigon, better in the lake? I don't think it is, because if it comes down to Mamoswine Ice Shard, then I don't want to. I want to be able to have my Terra. So, with that in mind, I think I go into Monkey Dory. Yeah. So I'm gonna U-turn here. If he wants to stay in, that's kind of annoying, but yeah, okay. So now I'm gonna get up rocks. Yeah. Okay. I should save this replay. Yeah, and then oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so the Mandibuzz is dead. I will gladly take that. Yeah. So rocks are going to start chipping away at everything. I don't know what item the Volcanion is, but I mean, hey, if it's Scarf, then it's taking rocks damage, right? So Jirachi comes in. I get to go Hydreigon, click Dark Pulse. If Iron Hands ends up coming in, I have Chestnut, which is a pretty good answer, right? So that's very cool. It's Scarf. Okay. It's Scarf. That's good information. That makes the endgame a bit trickier. But, yeah. So, I'm going to Spike. You Drain Punch. Okay. And then I Leech Seed here as you substitute. Okay. Yeah, and then I'm just going to Body Press to deny another substitute. So, Iron Hands. Draco never kills. Okay. I gotta find another way through. Yeah, so I'm threatening Psychic right now. I'm gonna U-turn. If he wants to go Jirachi, fine. I know it's Scarf now, so I can always go into Treads. And hopefully the hazard pressure I'm putting on is, going to be sufficient enough to where, I can really start making some progress, because that's what I need right now. Terra Water Treads is looking pretty nice, just to deal with Mamo, so that, again, Hydreigon can really come in and finish up. Okay, so we see the Volcanion. No idea what item it is. Sack this. You go into that. Now I get a Draco. Yep. So now this is looking good. Hit that? Okay. Huge. That's actually really big. Okay. We're still in it. We're still in it. Come on. Come on. Just don't lose to Mamo. Don't lose to Volcanion. U-turn. Jirachi's dead. Jirachi is dead after rocks and spikes. Is it worth committing Terra? I think it is. I think it's time to commit my Terra. I'm gonna Terra Water here. Okay. He fire spins. You know, I obviously don't care. Because I Terra'd. Okay. Really nice. Really nice. Sinistra comes back in. I think I can afford to give up my Iron Hands, because it doesn't live a Mamoswine Earthquake, does it? It doesn't, no. With, I mean, I guess max attack, but... Yeah. Well, this just got interesting. Okay. He could definitely call Mind here. Here's what I'm gonna do. Matcha Gotcha, okay. Hydreigon to Sinistra. Calm Mind. +2. Dark Pulse doesn't kill. But I don't think it needs to. Because I can come in with Iron Treads and, you know, click whatever, right? Even if he Terras, right, he'll probably Terra to something that's weak to Earthquake. Poison? Okay. Yeah. So... Iron Treads, Moment of Truth. That's Iron Hands. Have I lost? I think I have. That sucks. Well, what can you do when you fight brain dead offense, right? Okay. Should I replay? Yeah. It was just... I don't really know what I could have done better. With this, like... Yeah. Just fucking... brainless HO, really. Like, oh yeah, he won, no shit. So good. I love it when I I love it when I do this. I lose a game and just start shit talking my opponent. I do not apologize, by the way. I do not care. Yeah. Like, what the fuck was I supposed to do? It's just... Cause I was trying to prep for HO, because he comes from OU, where all they do is play hyper offense. Yeah, I don't think I could have done anything there. Yeah. Is there anything I could have done here? I guess had I not been so afraid of the Sinistra, because hmm, wait, what? Okay, I don't know why it stopped. So we get to the situation where it's like hands in against Sinistra. I just didn't commit soon enough. Had I switched to Hydreigon beforehand, you know, maybe it would have been a different story. Yeah. I mean, he's, pretty carried by Terra, but that's how it is. Yeah. Hmm. I mean, fuck that, right? It's like, oh, crit me not plus Terra. Like, okay, if it was just, let me be clear. I already hate the whole like crit me not sets. Like, I think those are super fucking lame. But when you add Terra to that, ugh, like that's just dumb. That's just super dumb. I mean, let's imagine Terra wasn't in this game. That the Mammoth Swine still would have been a problem. But what could I have done? Go Gastro maybe. How did Hydreigon get chipped down that much? Yeah, it came in at 22 there. Yeah, because I didn't realize the Jirachi was Scarf. So that might have just been a that might have just been a like a a lack of metagame knowledge. Like people are generally gonna run Scarf Jirachi. Let me let's open the stats here. Move set. Jirachi. Oh. Okay, yeah, so more often than not, it is going to be running Choice Scarf. So, I mean, yeah, that was probably just... That was just on my end. Like, I should have seen the Jirachi. It's like, okay, yeah, it's Choice Scarf. Which, I mean, you look at the tier, and it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, 100 is a great, benchmark to hit. And with Scarf, you're running things like, Lead Cleavor and, you know, Specs Gengar, which is a very real set. So I mean, yeah, you can use that in a pinch. Um, outrun stuff like Arcanine if you're running Drain Punch. Um, so I mean, I can definitely see why Scarf is so common. Um, yeah, no, because had I kept, and again, this is all in just a hypothetical world where Terra doesn't exist, right? Um, I keep the health on Hydreigon. I live a Mamoswine Ice Shard, and then I kill it with Draco, right? Barring any misses. So yeah, I mean it sucks. Like I mean, yeah, you use my bread and butter, but I think just as a player, I have a lot to learn. And I don't know, like this guy is probably a lot more experienced with competitive Pokemon in general than I am, and it's pretty easy to win when you're using teams that you didn't make and just leech off the top players. But I mean, I you know I kind of have mixed feelings here. You know, on one hand, like yeah, I think I could have made better plays, and in retrospect, like me understanding them shows that yeah, I just wasn't. Maybe I wasn't playing at my best. I don't know. I mean, I guess there was a hypothetical world where I played that better. Not this match. Not this match. This match was just fucking. Pray you can deal with four stupid ass screens HO bonds. Yeah, that's whatever. But here, like this match is testament to you know kind of why this whole channel is a thing, right? I'm trying to get better, and as much as I wanted to, make it as far as possible, I clearly have a lot to learn. I'm not really that good at the game, so I think I still definitely have room to improve. I could have played this a lot better. Let's kind of like, I got time. Lead Hydreigon. What was my rationale behind that again? I think I just led with it because it looked good to the team. Okay, yeah. So that was a really bad move. Um, yeah, no, I definitely should have expected like lead Jirachi or Mamoswine, and if the Jirachi's Scarf, then you know, and again, I could have definitely anticipated Scarf, which I was, obviously I was thinking about that, but I didn't. I wasn't as wary of it as I should have been. So yeah. So he gets up rocks. He's on the. He has the upper hand here. I mean, sticky hold, whatever, right? I mean, Gastron wasn't really that good here anyway. So yeah, I go into Hydreigon here. I'm playing it pretty well so far. I Dark Pulse did. Let me think here. Hydreigon, Sinistra. Let's see, +1. Yeah. Oh, that was actually really dumb. Yeah. No, because Draco Meteor was riskless, because look at it this way, I could have looked and been like, oh, two Draco Meteors kills, right? Or, I guess one Draco does, you know, 70, 80, and then +2, what is it? And -2 special attack. That would most likely be in range. Um, yeah, no, it would definitely be in range because here it was at 72 because it came in on rocks and earth power and all that. So yeah, and I was kind of keeping in mind that these types of extremely lame and dishonorable Sinistra sets run max defense, or pretty physically defensive. So I just didn't play to that sort of conclusion. I didn't play to that sort of idea very well. And again, that just comes down to not knowing the metagame very well, just inexperience. Risk versus reward, right? I didn't properly assess that because had the Iron Hands come in, that thing was dead to 2 Dracos, as was most of the team. So yeah, I bring in Chestnut here, and by this point, me letting the Sinistra get away scot free, and letting the Iron Hands be healthy was not the. Well, it wasn't putting me in the best position. So I get up Spike here, Strength Sap, blah blah blah. That being at full is pretty annoying, but I couldn't have really stopped it. Had I gone into Hydreigon, same shit, different story. I wonder. Matcha Gotcha. that would not have put me into Ice Shard range unless rocks stayed up. If I'm doing the mental math correctly. Yeah. I think if I got rid of rocks, then had it Machagacha and I came in on like rocks or whatever, then it I wasn't really there wasn't really much to do at that point. So yeah, this comes in, I bring in treads, knock off boots, I get ice spinner chip. Was I gonna go? No, I was just gonna stay in. I wasn't really thinking like, oh, I can go to this. Oh wait, no, hands is right there. What am I saying? The toxic was annoying. I don't think it mattered too much in the long run. Because I wasn't getting through Sinistra anyway. So, blah blah blah. Sinistra is fucking stupid. I also just wasn't really catching on to the fact that my opponent was playing very safely. He didn't try to make any crazy reads or anything, which I can definitely respect, right? Playing to, what you can control, which I've learned is a very important part of competitive Pokemon. Um, so maybe U-turn wasn't the best option there. Um, yeah, and from here I think this is one of my biggest problems, and it definitely got called out here. I'm playing too passively here, right? And I think, and it goes back to just assessing risk reward. Um, and then okay, yeah. So there I was. There I went to Gastrodon predicting Scarf. I don't know why. Again, just like letting Get Hydreigon get chipped like that was really dumb of me. Yeah, that one's gonna keep me up at night, huh? But yeah, so I mean, yeah, I think prediction shouldn't be the foremost priority in your um, it shouldn't be in the upper echelon of your priorities, as a player. But I think I think I played too passively here. Just in maybe not in this one. This replay isn't real. I'm gonna stop citing examples from this one, and I actually did play kind of aggressively here. Um, but here, maybe it's that I play. When I have bulkier teams like this, I play them aggressively, and then offensive teams I play them too passively. Um, that's funny. But yeah, so just doing this. Yeah, so I was kind of catching on to his little tricks or whatever. I just wasn't really doing anything about it. How did right? No, Gastro got um, low because of Mamoswine. Um, Yet again, me just tunnel visioning Hydreigon. And then there's that, and then from there it's all downhill because Iron Hands does Iron Hands things. Sub SDs, a cool idea. I think I looked at that when I was doing my metagame analysis yesterday. Um, I just got a funny notification on my phone. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, no, it was the sub SD set. It's an interesting idea, and I think he fit it very well. He was able to pair it with, um, you know, oh God, excuse me, Jirachi and Mandibuzz, which I think support it very well. Um, but yeah, I guess against these kinds of teams that, um, their win con tends to be, some sort of crazy, setup sweeper that you can't manage to kill somehow or whatever. Against those, I should be playing a bit more aggressively, right? Because there's only so many turns I have to be able to stop what they're trying to do, and I didn't really play to that. So that's just really it's just an error on my end that could have easily been um, fixed had I not been so, I wouldn't say scared, but again, just passive. Yeah, so I do that. Jirachi does that, and then I Terra here. In hindsight, maybe it wasn't worth it. Maybe. No, no, because I would have been too low, so Matcha Gotcha would have still killed at +2. So, yeah, this just goes back to, not keeping my Hydreigon healthy enough. Um, yeah. Which, that itself goes back to, just me leading off with it, which, God, I can't believe I did that. Like, come on. Had I had clairvoyance and known he was going to lead Mammo, what would I have done? I probably would have gone Chestnut, because, yeah, no, Icicle Crash, very seldom kills after lefties. I get a Leech Seed or Protect. That's not too KOing at that point. Then Body Press, would put in range of being dead after rocks or Leech Seeding to get health back. Um, so yeah, definitely not my best moment. I think I should practice just being more kind of upfront, so to speak, with how I play these kinds of matches. And yeah, when I was taking all that time off, I kind of realized, like, yeah, I'm playing pretty. I'm playing really just almost scared, right? And if you want to keep your opponent in the corner, then you need to be playing aggressively and you know calling out a thing or two, just really not giving them a ton of room to breathe. So yeah, yeah, I'll probably be mulling over this series, you know, in the coming days, but yeah, I don't think there's much else to be gained from watching this. God, that hurts. Like, ugh. He's a good player, but I feel like I had it until I didn't, right? I definitely had it, and then I just shit the bed. uh, it really is unfortunate to see such a it was a good matchup, but unfortunately I just kind of let it slip away from me, foolishly. That just kind of a nod to my inexperience. So I mean, you live, you learn. I'm upset about it, but I'm not gonna stay upset. Like, obviously, this isn't the end, of my competitive career or anything. Um, but I think in terms of mindset, I can go forward with, like, okay, yeah, I didn't do well in the tournament. Here's how I can fix that. It's not like, you know, it's not like I have a certain amount of time to, get good. Like, I can, it's not like, oh, dang it, well, that was the last tournament I can do. Like, no, I can just I can just train up and get better, and just I can always get better. That's just how it is, plain and simple. I can always improve. Um, You know, even if I lose, you know, that it's a learning experience. I've rambled on long enough. I mean, y'all don't really care. Y'all aren't even watching this anyway, so who am I kidding? Um, yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go fucking cope. I might do another metagame analysis tonight. Um, you know, in a way, this has given me more motivation to be the best I can be. So I'll probably, you know, look through the tier. Because I mean, you know, yesterday I took a look at, you know, the top mons, you know, their common sets, what they're paired with, but I think now I have some goals going forward, um, that I can definitely see through. You know, see them to the end, right? I have an idea of how I can improve now, which is arguably better than, you know, if I just won and didn't learn anything. Well, I mean, no, it's inarguably better because, you know, hell yeah, I'll take, you know, a chance to improve. Like, that's awesome. Um, I say overall, first match I played as best I could. Second match I did not play as best I could. Um, yeah, GG's to my opponent.